Hi folks, Bob Collins for HOG Scuba. Now this is the new HOG Pro Flex. There's some other words you could throw in there like quick release, and that would refer to the weight pockets here, which are new on this particular version of the HOG Pro. And it is tremendously versatile. It fits virtually anybody out there with just 3 sizes. So what I mean by that is the older Pro had extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. The new HOG Pro has extra small through small, medium through XL, and 2XL through 4XL. So you're able to fit a multitude of people with fewer per se sizes. So if you're an instructor out there and you're looking for a BC that you can adjust between somewhat different students, then you could do it with the new HOG Flex. Now it has an innovative harness system, and it comes from the total buoyancy control package, which many of you out there are already familiar with. The big difference is this is incorporating the hybrid bladder in with the total buoyancy control system's excellent harness system. Additionally, what sets the HOG Pro Hybrid different from any other BC, or especially hybrid style BC that you might see out there, is the modular construction here in the back. Now, it comes with a hard plastic back plate with a pad on it, like what you see right here, and it has a nice handle up here on the top. If you're one of those divers that prefers an aluminum backplate, like in a total buoyancy control or backplate and wing system, then you can take out the plastic plate and put an aluminum or a stainless backplate in here that HOG offers. There's also an optional hard plate pad that you can install. Now, the HOG Flex gives you this adjustable harness system, and it's got some nice neoprene pads on the shoulder. For features, you've got your standard inflator-deflator. You have a right shoulder dump that many of you have become accustomed, and a lot of times you miss out on a right shoulder dump if you're diving a back plate and wing. So the new Pro gives you that. There's lots of connection points. Here you've got pre-bent D-rings on both sides, and the HOG Pro utilizes what's known as the tri-glide that has an additional connection point here on each of the sides. So if you wanted to hang your console with a leash here so that it hangs perfectly under your arm, you're able to do that. Maybe you're one of those folks that likes your octo up here at the top part of your triangle, you're able to do that. If we drop down here to the waist, you're going to see D-rings above these little collapsible pockets. I'll talk about those in just a second. D-ring right here. And we also have D-rings on each side in front of your waist, 2 down here on the front of the lower portion, and there's 2 in the back. So if you're used to attaching an SMB back here, or maybe a light or something like that, then you've got all of these different connection points to work from. I'm going to be doing a highlight video on the new Mission 3 dive computer. I've got one here. I think you can see how nice and bright that is. They are exceptional, and all of its features, these are coming in mid-May, so watch for that video. So if you happen to see in the news about the couple that got left at sea off of a charter boat, it was the last day, last dive of the charter, and they got swept off the line. They spent 39 hours out in the Gulf of America / Mexico, and the They were finally picked up by the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard told them, if you had had a Nautilus lifeline, you would have been picked up in an hour or less. So HOG is now a distributor of the Nautilus. I'll put a link down below if you want. They're very, very reasonable. And I now, and virtually everybody I know, are now diving with the Nautilus Lifeline. There's a number of stories. I did an interview with them for one of the other channels, so you could look for that. So some key features for the new HOG Pro is the fact that we now have removable weight pockets. So if you're an instructor and you're having to demonstrate weight pocket remove and replace in the pool and open water, you now have a better feature than trying to utilize the zipper pocket. So it pulls out, it's 10 pounds capable on each side. I'll lock it back in place here. Hear that nice snap? You can hear that underwater. Now, 10 pound, and of course you can always put the optional trim pockets on the top strap back here. And just to tell you a secret, there's now 2 tank straps back here, not just one. We've got a really nice little collapsible pocket. This one's got a plastic bag in it. Folds down nice and neat. If you're not going to use it, you've got one of those on either side. Now let's turn it around and look at the back. All right, so what makes the hybrid bladder a hybrid bladder? And I'll tell you, if you look at the way this is cut and folded, what it does, based on your position in the water and how much air you're putting in the BC, what it's doing is allowing that air to move to accommodate your best buoyancy. So like I said earlier, underwater feels like a back inflate. On the surface, a lot more air in it. It feels like a jacket style. But let's look back here. So now we've got 2 tank straps. We've got our left shoulder pull dump. We've got our right shoulder pull dump. We've got our standard butt dump. And we've got our nice plastic single tank adapter back here. Now the extra small to small has a 30-pound lift capacity, and the medium up to 4XL, it has a 46-pound lift capacity. So there's 2 different lifts based on, of course, the size of the person that's wearing the unit. So that's a quick look at the new HOG Pro Quick Release Flex Hybrid BCD. Quite a mouthful, right? Appreciate you watching. Be safe out there. Hit the subscribe button. Hope to see you again soon.